Hello, my beautiful friends. I'm Shannon. This is Lifestyle Manifesting. On my channel, I talk all about manifesting as a lifestyle, design, be the deliberate creator of your life. Oh, I'm knocking over my water. So I want to, you want to manifest anything, manifest your specific person, manifest money. It's all the same technique. And the technique, it's really just changing how you view and perceive yourself and perceive your world and perceive yourself as someone who's powerful, because that's who you are. Like infinitely, you're powerful. Create that habit before you go to bed. Set your intention for tomorrow, because in the present moment, you're always creating a blueprint for where you're going in life. Are you falling asleep remembering the past and the situations you didn't like and reliving those horrible situations, or reliving the thing you didn't want to experience? Like, the more that you continue to relive that event in your mind, you just create that as your future experience, okay? If you want to shift your reality quickly, you focus on the future. You focus on lighting up the future and the experience that you want. And as you do that, you'll create that experience. But in order to make a change, you have to be consistent to change that dominant feeling within you, or the dominant thoughts within you. So set your intention at night. As you fall asleep, say your intention or say your affirmations. What do you want to happen as you sleep, right? Well, if you're in a state of feeling anxiousness and worry and fear or rejection, then set the intention you're going to feel relaxed. As you fall asleep, you're going to feel relaxed, relieved, your body is healing, you are healed, you're calm and cool and feeling better and feeling relieved. Okay, so set that intention that you'll sleep well and be relieved and wake up better tomorrow, right? Wake up in the reality you prefer. Okay, you could create that as an affirmation. I go to bed and I wake up in my preferred reality. I'm always shifting into a new reality. You're always creating. You're always creating with where you put your focus. So what is your focus on? What are you focused on? Are you focused on the vision of what you want to experience and embodying that, feeling in the state of hopefulness and excitement and living? Or are you focused on something you don't want? Because as you focus on something you don't want, you create more of that, okay? So think about, you want to be the version of you who's in the solution already. Like, the problem is solved. What would it feel like if your problem was already solved? So that's an inner feeling, and it's a little bit of a process also. It's a process to feel that and to get to that place. It's a practice. So you keep practicing feeling the wish fulfilled, right? Wish fulfilled means your problem solved, means you have your desire. So keep going internally and feeling that. What does it feel like that your problem solved? That's something you can ask yourself through the day. What would it feel like if my problem was solved right now? How would I feel? What would I be thinking? What would I be saying? What would I be doing? Because you'd be doing absolutely something different than when the problem's there and you're focused on the problem and you're anxious about the problem. Okay, so keep reminding yourself, my problem's solved. Your problem's solved because you're the creator of your reality. So you declare and create, my problem is solved. You can do that. And you consistently do that, you will change your world. Hi, everyone logging in. And if anyone's getting ready to go to sleep at night and you just want that reminder that you are the operant power, you want the reminder to go to bed thinking and planning for what will tomorrow look like, and create the blueprint for tomorrow. It's going to be a better day. You're already living in the wish fulfilled. You intend that you're shifting really quickly. You intend to feel good. You intend to feel happy. Okay, Crystal, I was feeling so close to my marriage goal, and today it went so bad. We broke up. I'm spiraling, all because he wanted to hang out with his friends at the bar. I want my SP to be all about me. Okay, I'm done partying. Okay, I'm sorry this happened, right? But what do you want? Because even when it seems like it's a setback, it's really not a setback. It's a set up for where you're going. It's never a setback. This will help you get more clear. It got you more clear, like you're done with the partying and you know more of what you want. You knew what you want. Okay, now you're getting even more firm and clear on it. Affirm that version of you consistently. Okay, put your focus on you and affirm that version of you consistently. Affirm the version of you who is a priority, who's number one, right? It's about you telling yourself you're number one. It's about you seeing yourself as number one, as a priority, validated, as already enough. Okay, so think about falling asleep with your intentions, okay? That you'll feel more clear about what's happening in your life, and you're going to manifest the life that you do want. I really want to manifest getting an apartment in New York. How should I go about this? Visualize yourself in New York. What does that look like? What does it feel like, right? You go to prepare a place. Go to prepare a place, right? When Neville Goddard, if those of you familiar with Neville Goddard, he quotes a lot from the Bible. And in the Bible, it's stated he goes and prepares a place. That's what you're doing in your imagination, right? Because your imagination is the creator. Your imagination is creating your reality. So in your imagination, go and prepare a place. Go in your imagination and prepare. Start looking online at where do you want to live. Look at apartments. You are going and preparing a place by imagining that. Look at places that you like and say, ooh, I could see myself there. Okay, now you're going to be affirming, like affirm in your mind. You affirm in your mind as if you're already there. So what would you be saying to yourself if you're already there? I love where I live. I love that I'm living my dream. I always wanted to be here and I am here. It's all working out for me. I always get what I want. And then you're consistently affirming this because your thoughts and your internal conversations are manifesting. They already are. You're already manifesting a reality with your internal dialogue, right? With the internal monologue you have with yourself. And your internal monologue is coming from your state of being and how you feel about yourself. Okay, so see yourself there and know you're already there. Read the stories about Neville Goddard. You already are in Barbados. Fall asleep tonight, imagining you're already in New York City. You're not in your bed, but what would it feel like? You don't have to feel the place. You don't have to know any of that. But it would feel differently if you could feel the sense of a city and the vibrance of New York City around you. Close your eyes and feel that all around you and imagine you're falling asleep in New York. Okay, maybe you even know, if you're familiar with New York, you might have some ideas of certain locations and certain streets, and you could just take yourself there in your mind. I've been ignored, rejected by 3 love interests, 2 SPs. What does this mean I should work on? You feel like okay, so you've been ignored. If you want to think about what you're experiencing being ignored, you want to feel seen and heard, and you want to feel validated. You want, without talking to you, I'm really going more general. So generally, when we feel ignored, it's because I'm not heard, I'm not seen. Maybe I'm not enough. Maybe I feel insecure. Maybe I feel, unworthy. Okay, so keep focusing on you. Keep focusing on you, seeing yourself as a priority, validating yourself. You are validating yourself. You're not looking for others to validate you. You're validating yourself first, and your 3D world will reflect that. Okay, hi, sweetest flowers. Hello, thank you. So what you should work on is, how do you see yourself? How do you see yourself? You could practice seeing yourself in relationship to different things in your world. In my VIP group, I have a monthly subscription group. It's a group of leveling up, manifesting community. And I created a workshop in that group that's part of it. 30 days to create your ideal self. And it's helping give you that vision of how do you see yourself in relationship to a love, right? In a relationship. And how do you see yourself in relationship to like your lover, your specific person? How do you see yourself in relationship to them? How do you see yourself in relationship to your family, your career, money, like all different areas of your life? Start to get more clear, because we've been living unconsciously for, until you're waking up. You were living unconsciously and you weren't aware of how you saw yourself in relationship to all these things. So as you get more clear on how you see yourself, you'll be able to pinpoint and really focus on that reality that you want. Okay. What else could you do? You could just start writing out who is the person you want to be. Okay. If I could wave a magic wand right now and you could literally have any life you wanted, what would it be? And script it out. I do find scripting to be really powerful. If you need a journal, I've created a journal. The link's in my bio. It's a blank journal, and it says everything I write in this journal becomes true, because I had that experience. Everything I was writing down in my journal came true. I found journaling really powerful because I would just get that picture in my mind of what I wanted. So script out, what's the version of you that has the beautiful relationship that you want? What would that look like? How would you feel? How would your person interact with you? How would they treat you? Do you have boundaries and standards of how you expect to be treated? Okay. So as you create all of that in your mind, but you create it in your mind, but you also have to stay loyal to that, to the vision. Like if someone oversteps your boundary, you have to let them know. You have to speak up for yourself. You have to adhere to your own boundaries that you create, whether you create them in your mind and adhere to them in your mind, or use revision or anything, but you picture yourself of that with that reality that you want, and then you consistently affirm and envision that reality. Oh, this is about New York. You want to move out, get a good apartment in New York. It feels hard. Yeah, complicated. It's not hard and complicated to do. It just feels that way, but it's not. It's not true. It's not. You know what? When I was in my 20s, one day I just told my parents I'm moving to Florida, and they go, "Where are you going to live?" I go, "I don't know. I just was going to get in my car and drive to Florida from Chicago." I said, "I'm going to go to school down there, and I'm going to finish school in Florida." And then guess what happened? I kind of was, in a way, this free spirit that was like, I'm just going to go. I was going to figure it out, right? Because I kind of did have this feeling like things work out for me. But what happened was my mom was worried about me, and she said, "I'm not letting my daughter drive to Florida by herself in her car and with no place to go." I thought, I'll just sleep in my car. I was younger. I just thought, I don't know, I'll go there and figure it out. So she actually went ahead and set up a place for me. She rented a place for me. So she's like, "I'm not having you go down there without a place. I'm going to rent a place for you so you have somewhere to go." So I went down there, I got a job, and then I transferred to a school down there. Things can all work out. They can all work out. It's about getting it clear in your mind. Start picturing yourself there, and the path will just unfold in front of you. Okay, your path is already unfolding in front of you right now, right? Your current path of reality is unfolding in front of you. But how is it unfolding in front of you? It's unfolding in front of you based on wherever you put your focus. What are you focused on? Are you focused on fear? Now you're naturally going through the pathway of maybe fear, doubt, worry, and your world just reflects, that. It's like that's the path you're taking. Okay, whatever you're focused on is the path you're taking. Just start focusing on, I'm going to New York. It feels scary. It could be hard. I'm going to make it work. Somehow, some way, it's going to work. Okay, because as you start to put your focus there, you will just meet the right people. You'll have a conversation with someone that will say, "Hey, I have a cousin that lives there. I know someone looking for a roommate." All of these possibilities exist. But if you focus on it's hard and it feels hard and it's complicated, then you're going down that path. Wherever you put your focus, it's like you're already going down a path of life. But the path of life will be wherever you're focused. Okay, so all you have to do is shift your focus. You're not even really doing that much different, except it's a mental discipline to focus on the vision of what you want, and you naturally create that reality. All right, and it's exciting. Look at the opportunities that are before you. Okay, imagine all the opportunities that are before you, because there are infinite opportunities. But if you're not focused on opportunities and you're focused on scarcity and it won't work out, then you don't have those opportunities in front of you, or you may have one far and few between. You may not even recognize the opportunities that might be there because you're not in that vision. Okay, so remember, keep lighting up the vision of that reality you want. Yeah, Crystal, you needed this tonight because what happened? What went down? I get it, okay? But I am telling you, this makes you stronger. I know that I even went through similar things like that when I was first experiencing my journey of understanding that I was creating. And it's like when we learn that we're creating, it's just like anything that you're learning. It's anything new. You learn and you learn and you get better at it. Okay. And it's like Harry Potter, you know, like they start using, this is like really, it feels like this magical power within us, this power that we have. We just have to learn how to use it. And you're learning how to use it and you're getting better at it. Okay. So just always remember that you're learning this internal power that you have and you're always getting better at it. Okay. Because you will have some realizations. You'll have realizations about what you need, how you need to shift within and how you need to change your perspective or what you need to work on within, okay? So go to sleep tonight setting your intention. Set your intention, you'll be relieved through the night because I know it's going to feel like the opposite. Just try or go with it. Just fall asleep and intend to wake up having some downloads, if you want to word it that way. I like to say, like, while I'm going to sleep, infinite intelligence is downloading into me ideas, right? So connect with infinite intelligence. It's this the whole world is like a holographic image, right? So you're a whole and a part of everything is within you and without. Connect with the infinite aspect of you that's infinite. And just listen within, okay? Okay, Anna. My SP says, I'm perfect except for my lack of religion. What can I affirm to change that? I have changed and aligned with a partner in religion, you know, changed how our religious views to make them more harmonious. So remember, you want to think from already having that reality that you want. So you want harmony, right? You want it to be harmonious. You want to be supportive. Okay, so whatever is your person like perceived to be more religious and you have lack of religion, it doesn't matter in every case. Okay, remember, you're creating your reality and you can shift and change this experience to be what you want it to be. So what do you want to affirm or what do you want to experience? Whatever you want to experience is what you're going to affirm. Okay, so you're going to affirm something like, we are harmonious, we figure this out, we support each other. Okay, you don't have to have the same religion. It's just some perception that you have about it. What do you want? How do you want to feel? Do you want your SP to say, you know what, that's okay. You have your own beliefs and I support you. You have your own beliefs, I support you, and I have my own beliefs. And I do my thing with my religion, and that's okay. You know, it's painting the picture of what you want, right? Like, we have a great relationship and we will figure this out. So you're looking at the broader perspective. The broader perspective is you could create that you have a solid relationship and you're supporting one another. It's harmonious. How can I stop negative, intrusive thoughts? Okay, well, it's not that the negative thoughts are bad. Allow your negative thoughts to be. You're just not choosing them. And the most powerful thing to know is that you're the creator. So even if you have a negative thought, it's okay. If you have a negative thought, you're the creator. So all you have to do is remember yourself, or remember that you are the creator, and remind yourself of that and say, I can create something new. Because even if I have a negative experience, I know I'm not worried about it and I'm not focused on it. I shift my focus to what I do want. Okay, so that is a practice. It is a practice, because if for a lifetime you had negative thoughts and negative habits, and I mean, I know the kind of things I used to watch. For me, I eliminated, the news. I really eliminated television, or, like watching anything. I eliminated a lot of music. And I'm not saying that you have to do that forever for the rest of your life, but for me to get to a place where I was really stable within, I did eliminate a lot of that because I didn't want the outside to influence me while I was creating this stability within. Okay, so it's not that we can't have the negative, it's about whether or not you choose it. And you say, you know what, I'm not choosing that reality because everything exists, it's all existing. So if you have a negative thought, just say, that's okay, I'm having this negative thought. Why is this coming up? It's coming up, you know, you're going to think things like, this thought's coming up because I have fear, because I'm scared. And that's when you can have this little, you know, monologue with yourself and say, wait, but I'm the creator, or at least I'm hearing, even if you don't believe it completely, you could say, I'm understanding that I am the creator of my reality. And if I'm the creator, then I can create a world of where I'm experiencing peace, where I'm experiencing safety and security. So in order to live a reality or experience of reality where it feels safe and secure and more peaceful, okay, really it's like the idea and feeling of security. So you want to put that's where you want to put your focus, on that idea of security, feeling secure, feeling sure. Yes, Crystal, you said, I need to remind myself I'm the priority, not him. Take him off the pedestal, put yourself on the pedestal consistently. And some of that could be work and take time, okay? Because sometimes we meet that partner and we think, oh my God, well, like all those feelings within, and it feels like they're making you happy, but that's conditioning your life. You're conditioning your feelings and your experience on someone else. And in the long run, that doesn't really work out. It doesn't work out for the best relationship. The best relationship is the relationship you have with yourself. So build the stability of yourself, knowing that you're the priority, seeing each other eye to eye, not putting them on a pedestal. Go ahead and put yourself on the pedestal because you want to lift yourself up and bring yourself up to seeing the highest and the best in yourself. Why can't I persist anymore, even though I still want my SP? Just keep persisting in you. You don't have to persist. What do you mean by persist? Because I don't know what your definition of persist is. My definition of persist is staying loyal to the vision of you getting everything you want. Stay loyal to the vision of you saying, I am the best. I am the most amazing. I am loved because I choose that I'm loved. I validate myself. I don't need the approval. Like this is, I'm giving the I am thoughts for you to be, this is where you want to think from, right? I don't need everyone outside of me to approve of me. I don't need everyone outside of me to make me happy. Because those are all conditions. Do you see, like if you're conditioning your life on whether or not you're going to be happy, if someone's in your life, it's the only reason you're going to be happy, then the minute they're gone, it's like that's why you have these ups and downs. In order to be stable, you base it on from within. Okay? So when you say I can't persist anymore, I want you to persist. Think about persisting in you. Because you're living your life. Don't you want to persist in you? Okay, don't be persisting in the story of you and your SP. Persist in the story of you. Persist in the story where you're treated like a goddess. Persist in the story that you get everything you want. Persist in the story that you have lucky girl syndrome. Persist in the story that things just work out. Those are the kind of stories you want to persist in. Persist in a story. You can go more general, like it's just going to be okay. Because you will start to create that it's okay and it feels better, and it just, you'll lift yourself up, okay? Okay, so how does that relate to manifesting your specific person? Because as you put the focus on yourself, you will bring in your specific person because they're just a mirror of you. Whether it's your specific person or someone new, they will be mirroring you where you're at internally. People are mirroring where you're at internally. So persist in loving yourself. Persist in praising yourself. Persist in saying, I'm proud of you to yourself, right? Look in the mirror and say, I'm proud of you. Persist in that. Persist in saying you're the most beautiful. Persist in saying you're the beauty standard. Don't worry what the world thinks the beauty standard is, okay? Don't worry what the world thinks is the path for life. Like, you don't have to be the smartest. You just have to declare you are. Do you understand that? Like, you don't have to be, you can create how the world perceives you. You already are doing that, actually. The world is perceiving you based on how you're perceiving yourself. So, not that we need to have the perception of the world, but it's about, if you want something to change, you change how you perceive yourself. Okay, so when you perceive yourself as, I'm a goddess, I am a catch, everyone wants to date me. Like, if you were thinking that way, your world's just going to reflect it. I'm the type of person that people want to, they want to know who I am. Okay, they're interested in me, but you have to see that, okay? Because the people out there are only going to see it when you see it, okay? This is like on a deeper level, because I'm sure, you meet people, they like you, this and that, but why does it go south after you get into the relationship? Or like you go on 2 or 3 dates and you have a great time, or you're dating for months and it's great, and then all of a sudden it goes down because the person starts to feel that insecurity, starts to feel worried, has already put their person on a pedestal, and maybe has stopped listening to their inner guidance system and being authentic to themselves. So you want to stay authentic to yourself. Okay, so does that sound good? Are you going to do that? Tomorrow is going to be a better day. Beautiful, Crystal. Okay, my SP told me he doesn't see me as a wife and he wants to see other people. We agreed to continue dating for a while, but he said he won't change his mind probably. What do I do? He will he will change his mind. Okay, well, you have to look at the world differently. Understand there are infinite versions of him, okay? And I know that might be hard to comprehend in a way, but there are infinite versions of him. He's just reflecting you. You had a feeling inside. What feeling did you have? And we have how many feelings or thoughts? Up to 60,000 thoughts in a day. So did you have doubts and worries? Did you feel like, what if I'm not the one? What if I'm not his type? What if I'm not ready? Even that's going to reflect out. I don't know if I'm ready. I'm scared to share and open myself up because I'm afraid to be hurt, right? If I'm feeling like I'm afraid to be hurt, then that fear manifests. If I'm afraid to be hurt, I'm manifesting that reality of being hurt. If I'm afraid to be, I'm that fear of abandonment, I'm creating abandonment. Because you're focused on the fear of it. So you have to focus on the opposite, which is what you truly want. You want to be heard and seen and loved. And then as you focus on that, I am heard, I'm seen, I'm loved, your world will mirror you and show you you're loved, you're seen, you're heard, okay? So he's only reflecting whatever's within you. You can identify that. Ask yourself questions like, what was I thinking in relationship to him? What were you thinking? Some of it's unconscious, so you might have to ask yourself a couple times. This is a process of being true and authentic to ourselves, being true to yourself, okay? So he will want to be with you and married to you when you start to see yourself that way. So what are you going to do? You're going to think of yourself as, I'm the best wife there is out there. Claim yourself to be the best. I'm the best as a wife. Or even if you don't know, I'm the best girlfriend. I'm the best. There's a knowing. You know you would be a good wife. So, but claim it with conviction. See yourself as that person. Great wife. Best partner or spouse, loved, chosen, wanted. You're wanted. You know that you're adored. Okay, so you're affirming that and you're practicing feeling that for yourself. Okay, and if you think about him, don't think about the story where he said he won't change his mind. Assume he's going to reflect you, because he will. Okay, assume that he said, you can imagine, if you want, imagine that he says, you're the only person I could see myself with marrying. And when can we do it? Because I would never want to lose you. If you see yourself as valuable, like, how a commodity is, it's like that commodity everyone wants, or the prize, right? The prize, if I go to an auction at my kid's school, there's the prize. I'm writing down my bid for that prize. Other people are putting the bid in for the prize. I'm like, no, I want that. I'm bidding more for it. I win that prize. I'm like, yes, I got it. I got the prize. I want the prize. I take care of the prize. I don't just put the prize down and forget about it and let someone else pick it up. I'm valuing my prize, and I'm excited for that prize. So think of yourself like, when we think of ourselves as a prize, right? By the way, I have a meditation on my YouTube channel, I Am the Prize. So if you're new here and if you want to know what affirmations to say, well, that video, I Am the Prize, would be the perfect video to watch to get the affirmations, right? Like, listen to that and feel that and be that. I'm the prize. I mean, this is your affirmation, right? I am the prize. I am a priority. I'm a masterpiece. When you see yourself that way, your world reflects it. And he will see you as the prize when you see yourself as the prize, where it's like, he will see you like how I wanted that prize. He wants you like that prize. Like, he's going to take care of that prize. And he wouldn't want to lose that prize to anyone else. Like, I was outbidding other people to get that prize. So it's like, play in your mind a little bit. Like, lose the need to have this person in your life and be a little more playful. Because when we're attached to that outcome and you're identified as the person who feels rejected, it's harder. It feels, well, you're just stuck in that story. Okay. Get out of the story of identifying as the person who's either rejected or unwanted, and start identifying as the version of you who's the prize, who's wanted. As you consistently do that and you feel it more and more without paying attention to him, right? You're not focused on him, you're focused on you. As you focus on you being the prize, he'll just be coming in your world and be like, oh, I want that prize. Okay? That's what you're going to do. I have a self-concept course. It's the same. This is what I'm talking about right now. My self-concept course, Master Your Reality by Mastering Your Self-Concept. It's changing your identity. You have to be the identity of the version of you who has him. Okay, so that's what my course is. It is exercises to get you in that frame of mind, to get you thinking, what is the version of me, right? You're thinking to yourself, what's the version of me in the relationship, feeling like I'm the prize? Okay, so I take you through exercises to get you in that mindset of being the version of you who is the prize, who is chosen, who is the wife or the husband, whoever you want to be, right? Okay, because it's 100% you. It's 100% you. He's 100% reflecting you. Okay. Yes, yeah, and I just mentioned, go to my playlist. I have self-concept affirmations like, I am the prize, I am chosen, I am abundance, I am confidence, hot girl walking meditation. I have high value woman meditation. I am a goddess meditation. I'm coming up with more meditations to put on there. Should I continue dating him as if it was never said? Okay, I was checking if it was the same person. Yeah. Okay, yes. Okay, yes, you can. But while you continue, okay, well, you're going to do what feels good to you. If you feel like you need a little space to get strong mentally in your mind, take the space. If you feel like you want to keep dating him, I mean, it's really your choice. Ultimately, the only thing you need to do is think in your mind that you're the prize. So let's say you're hanging out. Even if he says something, let's say he brings it up again, because he might bring it up again, because if you haven't solidified the new identity within you, he could still bring up, hey, I told you I want to date other people. Like if he says that, how are you going to react to that? Are you going to feel hurt, upset, spiraling, rejected, and wanting to cry? Because that version of you will just keep that reality. Okay, so if here's what you need to do. If, let's say, he says something you didn't want to hear, like, oh, whatever, I told you I wanted to date other people, I'm not ready, I don't want to, I don't want you to be, whatever, however he worded that, right? All you have to do is say to him, sure, okay. Okay, it's not that you're agreeing with him, you're just agreeing so you're not putting attention and focus on that reality of what you don't want. What you do instead is enjoy yourself, have fun, and in your mind you're going to affirm, oh no, I'm the prize, I get what I want, or however you want to word it, right? I'm the prize, I get what I want. He doesn't even realize right now, but he's going to be seeing and knowing I am the prize. Okay, or you could say, he's realizing it right now, I am the prize. I'm telling you, not only myself, my clients are experiencing this. If you keep persisting in that thought, I am the prize, right? That whole picture, it's not just I am the prize, but what's the picture of that? The picture is that, like, I love myself, I validate myself, I don't need you to validate me, right? I know I'm the prize, right? When you become this person, oh, he can reflect that back 2 seconds later. He might say, I wouldn't want to, I don't think we would ever get married. And then you go, okay, sure. I understand, you told me. And then in your mind you say, oh no, he wants to tell me right now how bad he wants to marry me. 5 minutes later, 2 seconds later, even if it's an hour later the next day, he could call you and say, you know what, I've been thinking about it. And I just realized you're the only one I ever want to be with. Okay, but see, to get to that place, you just have to persist in your mind. Okay, and that's why you have to stop identifying as that person who's hurt. Because the person who's hurt is just going to keep him in there who hurts you. Okay? So you should try my self-concept course or join my free Facebook group. I have a free Facebook group community. At least you have a group to go to help you get on your mental diet and to be more empowered knowing that you're the creator. Okay, if I want to talk to my ex, should I just do it? Visualize and manifest, we rekindle? Yeah. Well, what do you want to do? Okay, so if you want to talk to your ex, remember, what you're imagining, you're creating the blueprint. So like, okay, I'm going to give a scenario. Let's say you're thinking like, maybe I should text my ex. Maybe I should, I'm just going to say him because I say him for me, right? So should I text him? Like, this is you at home. Should I text him? I don't know. What if he doesn't want to hear from me? Like, if you're having thoughts like, I don't know, what if he's with someone else? What if he says no, right? If you're having those thoughts, you're creating the blueprint of what's going to happen, right? You're rehearsing. It's a rehearsal. Literally, like the dress rehearsal is happening in your mind, and then reality is playing out like a play in front of you. So what's happening in the dress rehearsal in your mind? Because if you're rehearsing or creating the blueprint, I don't know, what if he's with someone else? That means you're in a state of feeling unsure, insecure. I wouldn't text him because he might confirm that insecurity. I'm not saying don't, I'm saying get more secure. So if you're going to ask yourself, should I send a message? I want your inner thought to be like, yes, because I'm a goddess. I know he loves me, or I know he cares about me. I know he wants to be with me. So if you're feeling more conviction in that, in those thoughts and feelings within, then yeah, go text him. Text him and imagine you're receiving a text back, right? You create the blueprint, rehearse what you want it to be. Even if you didn't get a text back right away, if you start wondering, oh, I shouldn't have done that. What are you rehearsing? You're rehearsing, I shouldn't have done that. What's the feeling inside? I regret it. Because why are you regretting it? Because you think he's not going to text you back. Guess what he's going to do? He's going to match that. You shouldn't have texted me because I'm not texting you back. Okay, so it's all about your internal feeling. That's why you have to stay on your mental game. If you send a message, then you need to keep affirming. Oh no, he's texting me. Even if 24 hours passes. Okay, even if 48 hours passes, I don't care how much time passes, you consistently say, the self-concept of the version of you who has your desire. Okay, you don't, and you can imagine you're receiving that message. Of course you would, because that version of you gets every message. That version of you receives messages like all the time. Okay, so you have to feel and be that version of you. You feel and be that version of you by thinking that version of you, thinking the thoughts of that version of you. Okay, Monica, hi. What affirmations can I use to get my ex back and get married with him? You're going to use the affirmations that I just stated. And I have a meditation on YouTube called Manifest Marriage. So if you want to listen to my Manifest Marriage meditation on YouTube, it's in my playlist. Those affirmations are the kind of things that you want to think. Okay, you want to manifest marriage with him, you still focus on him just a little bit. You're going to spend all your time focusing on yourself. Why? Because wherever you put your attention is where you create your reality. If you put your attention on yourself, you're going to create this reality where things are coming to you, like you're a magnet of bringing things into your life. If you focus on him while you're not together, you're really focused more on not being together, potentially, not in every case. Okay, so you can focus on him. But, without talking to you, it's really important that you focus on how you see and perceive yourself, okay? How can I make my SP stop hiding me from his people? Okay, well, you want to be seen, right? Hiding you from his people. Start imagining, like, what would your thoughts be if you're always going with your SP? What would your thoughts be? Like, my SP is always bragging about me. My SP loves to show off me. What's that version of you? What are you thinking? That version of you, like where you're on your SP's arm, or, you're on his arm and he feels like he's blessed. He wants you to go everywhere with him because you're the person that inspires him. So create and develop that version of you, okay? It's like developing a character. You're the writer of the novel of your life, and you're the main character. So as the main character, what does it look like? What are your character traits, and what develop that whole character of you? That character would be like, oh, I'm someone who, okay, just imagine you're the writer, like write out, oh, the character. Okay, so how about she's, or whoever you are, right? Okay, so she's beautiful, right? She's beautiful. Or if it's he's handsome. Like, this is you, right? You're writing your own story. So write your own story and now develop the character of you. So you're saying, okay, but so you're writing the story of you. She's beautiful. She's smart. She's the kind of person that, like, her partner, her husband or her wife, or, whoever it is, right, wants to take her everywhere. Like, it feels blessed to be in her presence. So write that story that you want and go all out. Make it like you want it to be. You're someone that they want to take you everywhere. And you could also create his people love you. His friends are like, oh my God, we love your person. They love you. They want to know when you're coming out again. So you could create that reality. You could create the reality where you're charismatic, or however it is. It doesn't, whatever traits you want to have, just affirm that and you will become it. Okay, it's like storytelling. Our life is a story, and it's storytelling. But whatever story you're telling, you need to tell consistently and stay loyal to the story. Because if you tell the story of what you want, but then you actually go out and you feel uncomfortable and you feel like no one hears you, then you're actually telling kind of two stories and you don't have movement. And really, truly, what do you feel dominantly? Are you dominantly feeling, I feel uncomfortable? If that's your dominant feeling, that's your reality confirms that and reflects it. Okay, so to change your reality, you affirm the new version of you, that new reality, consistently till you are really feeling it and feeling the conviction of feeling loved or feeling chosen and feeling seen and feeling heard and feeling like you belong wherever you go. I belong here. Like, right? We all want to feel like we belong. So that's a great affirmation. I belong here. You belong with your SP. Your SP wants you and they feel like you belong there. The friends feel like you belong there. Okay. How do I convince my going to be ex-husband to give me the house, some money to build? All right, so just you don't have to convince. You imagine that your ex-husband agrees, okay? So what does that look like? What would you be saying to yourself? Like, the thoughts you have through the day would be, oh my God, I got the house. I'm so grateful. I'm so happy. I got the house. I got the money. Everything worked out in my favor. Everything's always working out in my favor. I'm so glad that we worked it out. My ex-husband. Okay, remember, your reality is yourself pushed out. In your ex-husband, even whatever, I don't know what you feel towards him, but send the love. Send love and goodwill to him, okay? Because he's yourself pushed out. So the golden rule. Think of the golden rule, right? And imagine that he wants the best for you, even if that's not the case right now, okay? I'm not sure your situation, but even if there's turmoil, start imagining he wants the best for you, okay? And then in your mind, you're going to affirm as if you already have it, because your thoughts, your imagination is causation. So if you want the outer world, which is the effect, to change and manifest, you have to start with your imagination. Not with the outside world. You start with your imagination. You could create imaginal scenes where you're having a conversation with him, your ex, and he's saying, like, there's an agreement, like that he's in agreement, or you're saying, thanks, I appreciate this all worked out. Okay, whatever that conversation would be between the two of you, imagine it went your way. Okay, yeah, Jackie, when you affirm about an SP, should we use their name? Yes, use their name. Sure. Crystal, I want him more obsessed with me. Sure, you can have that too. You can have that. So what does that look like, that he's obsessed with you? What does it look like? I always see the cutest TikToks of like couples saying he's obsessed. I saved one a long time ago. I wish I could find it and maybe stitch it or do a duet with it, because it was so cute. And it's just you saying. It's you saying to yourself, I'm someone that he obsesses about. I'm an obsession. I'm someone that he just loves to be in my presence. I'm someone that it just feels so good to be with me. It feels judgment free. Okay, so what would the build on the story? Not just I'm an obsession, but you could build on it to feel it more by saying things like, I'm an obsession because he feels good with me and he feels safe with me and he feels like he could share anything with me, right? Aren't you obsessed with, like, I'm thinking of people in my life that I'm obsessed with, or even my dog. It's like the way that I feel in their presence, okay? All right, cool. What if I thought I saw his location at a massage place with a happy ending and I went off, but... Okay, wait, not 100% sure he did. I want to revise because I almost want to give up. You want to focus on trust, and you want to focus on having a partner that you trust, having a partner, like, who are you? You're someone who only allows and accepts someone in your life, like your partner, your SP, that he's only devoted to you and loyal to you and faithful and honest. I mean, is that the kind of reality? If that's the reality you want, if that's the experience you want, then focus on that. Your reality is a reflection of you. He's only a reflection of you. Okay. If I'm thinking my boyfriend is maybe at a massage place with a happy ending, and I'm dominantly thinking that's going to be big chance in my reality that's going to manifest, because that's coming from me. He has no choice but to reflect me. If I'm stable in myself, if I know that I'm loved, it's about me. It's not about them. It's about you. Okay? So that same boyfriend, if I feel sure and secure and know he loves me and I know he's going to the massage place, then he's going to reflect me and confirm that he's just going to a regular massage place. It has nothing to do with the person, the SP. It has everything to do with you and your perception. It's not him, it's you. It's not him, it's you. You're having worries and you're having some feeling unsure and insecure. Maybe insecure, maybe you had a past experience where someone wasn't faithful, or I'm not really sure, right, without talking to you. Do you get that though? That's your reality is a reflection of you. Okay? If your assumption is that, oh, is he at that happy ending place? That assumption's coming from within you. The deeper feeling is you have some insecurity, or you have some maybe fear of someone leaving you. Fearing, maybe it's a fear of that someone won't be faithful, the fear of someone cheating on you, the fear of somebody hurting you, all of those. So I don't know what exactly, right? You probably have an idea. Right? If you're not 100% sure, just ask yourself. Keep asking yourself till you have the answer, because it's you 100%. That same person will only reflect where you are at. If you assume he might do that, then you're creating that reality. If you assume he is completely loyal and devoted to you, he will be. I know it's hard. I know it's kind of like, what? But you just have to keep testing it out. Okay? Okay, well, you said, I want to revise because I almost want to give up. Yeah, and sure, you can revise it, but I would really focus on you. This is the healing and the deeper inner conviction you need to create within. Create that you are secure, that you have boundaries. Okay, well, really, I already stated it. Okay, so it's about you being sure and knowing, okay, the person who's so secure in themselves is not going to have that person cheating on them. I'm trying to sell my property in Cape Town. How can I make this happen? The agent's mandate has ended. Imagine that the property is already sold. Okay. You imagine the property is already sold. Like, what you want to imagine is, you can imagine that you signed a contract. You imagine that you got the proceeds in whatever the sale was for. Okay, so go to the end imagining you already had it. Yeah, am I messing anything up by missing my SP? Kind of. When you miss someone, it feel that you're already implying you're not together. Okay, so I mean, sure, circumstances don't matter, but what does matter is what you feel inside. Okay, so the circumstances that SP is there and you miss him, okay, but I want you to start feeling like you already have him. Okay, it's different. You're lacking for nothing. You're not missing him. If you're missing him, he's not, you're creating the reality of missing him. So missing is like, I'm yearning and longing, and it feels like a lack. It feels like without. Are you with or without your desire? Missing is without your desire. So you want to practice feeling, what does it feel like to have? I think that's a big mistake that people make. They want to make their specific person miss them. Sure, I probably made videos in the past about, like, do you want your person to miss you? I mean, that's really just to get people in to know that they're the creator, but that's not really my ultimate goal. My ultimate goal is for you to understand you are the creator. You don't really want to manifest someone missing you, because I actually have done that. I already learned from my experience. I manifested someone to miss me. And when I finally did see them, all he did was tell me how much he missed me and missed me and missed me and missed me. But there were never calls. There was never anything going on. And even after I saw him, it was still like, I didn't hear anything. So the only time when I started hearing something was when I started getting more clear. I was saying, okay, he misses me. Okay, instead of saying he misses me, he's with me. He's already with me. I already feel him in my heart. I already know I'm the creator. That's when I had a shift and a change, because missing someone is you're not together. If I'm missing you, then they must match that I miss you. That person's going to confirm it. They confirm the feeling that I have within. If I'm feeling like I'm lonely and I'm sad, I heard that song that made me feel so much like I miss you and I wish you were here. You can manifest them missing you, but you don't want that. You don't want that. That goes nowhere. It doesn't go anywhere. What do you want? Focus on what you want. You don't care if they miss you. Okay, they're going to miss in the relationship. They'll go out, maybe out of town with family or something like that, or for work. They'll miss you. That's different. Now, you go to the end. That's not missing. That's not missing. Going to the end is love, devotion. Think of those words and build on those words. Okay, the idea of those words. So the dictionary is your friend when you're manifesting. Pull up a word like devotion and now look at every synonym of devotion. And now think, what does it feel like to be devoted to? What does it feel like that someone is completely devoted to you and loyal? Okay, then that is the Google dictionary is my friend. I'm always searching up to get that feeling. I'm like, what does it feel like? Because, okay, so our affirmations and our words manifest, but the reason I do focus on feeling is because we don't have every single word in the dictionary to describe what we feel. And sometimes I will go there just to help get myself to that place of like, what does that feel like? Okay, you want to feel love and security. Search up the word security. What are other words like security? Safe, secure, sure. That's not missing. Missing feels different. Missing you feels apart, lack, away, not with you. That's without. Do you want without or do you want with? With, here, now, love, secure, confident, safe, sure. All of those ideas, those words bring you to a wish fulfilled. You're practicing the reality you do want. You don't want to be missing. Okay. I know we think that, okay, that's okay. It's a start. It's a start to get people in the door because this desire you have, so it gets you in the door to understand. Okay, so now you're going to shift it tonight, and now you're going to fall asleep living in the end of like, there's no more missing. It's like, imagine falling asleep and you have your partner right by your side. And you could feel like them, you could feel them moving your hair to whisper, I love you in your ear. Okay, if you want to go to the end of the relationship that's solid, secure. You can go all the way to the end where it's like a really solid, secure relationship where you're sharing, you're emotionally available, right? Emotionally intelligent, sharing your feelings, open up, vulnerable. Okay, because if you're fear of abandonment or fear of a relationship, then you need to focus on, I'm vulnerable, I'm safe, right? You could be safe and vulnerable because that's going to be a really powerful relationship, to be able to be opened up, to be vulnerable, to share with your partner. Is it possible to remove a 3D, maybe 3P, even if it's just my SP's friend? Yeah, we won't remove the 3D. It is possible to remove a 3P. And it's even if they're just a friend. Sure, that friend is getting the attention that you want. That's what's really happening. So even if that friend goes away, if you haven't done the inner work, there's going to be, your SP might start working more, or they might start hanging out with family more. There'll be a different 3P or different friend. Okay, so you have to realize it's you. Okay, so what do you want? Is it jealousy? Okay, is it jealousy because the friend is getting more attention? the SP is going out with their friend more. You feel like you're on the back burner. Okay, that's okay, because we've all been there. Identify first, what is it? Okay, because it might be several things. It could be like, I feel jealous, I feel insecure, I want to be the one. What do you really want? That's where you want to put your focus. What do you want? I want to be chosen. I want to be the one that they come to. I want to be a priority. I want them to be with me. Okay, so that might be what you're thinking, right? You want that. If that's what you want, then that's what you have to be affirming. Okay, not that you want it and need it and yearn it and you're lacking it, but that's what you want, that's your desire. But now how do you feel that desire? What does it feel like that you're the priority? Watch my video, I am chosen. It's an 8-hour video, falling asleep. I'm chosen. It's not about being chosen by your specific person. It's about you choosing yourself, right? So it's practicing feeling like I'm wanted, I'm chosen, but truly it's about you choosing yourself. So feeling like you're the prize, feeling like you're number one, knowing that you're worthy, knowing that you're deserving. Any of the meditations I have will be really powerful, and you can listen to the meditations, or you can take, affirmations from the meditation. Write some of them down in your phone. Keep a little note in your phone if you want, and then keep referring to them and use those affirmations through the day. Those are all affirmations about the self, right? Whether they're I am affirmations or I am someone, but they're affirmations about who you are. That's what you have to do. You have to change your identity or personality, or, it's like self-image, right? Self-concept is your self-image, identity, personality. It's really all of that. In a way, it's all of that. Okay, so who are you? You have to be the version of you who is a priority. And if you haven't been a priority, then you think how would an actor get into that role? Because you just have to get in the role of that version of you. So think about, okay, if I'm a priority, how do I walk through my day and be that person? What do you think? What do you feel? How do you think about yourself? How do you treat yourself? What do you say to yourself? What kind of actions do you take? All right. So you will remove that. You're going to remove that friend when you do that. Okay. To remove the friend or to remove the third party, you have to change how you see yourself. You could still create a story like that friend is gone. Okay. But that friend doesn't even have to be gone. You just focus on yourself, and you're going to see that your SP will reflect you. If we watch successful stories helps too. Yes, exactly. Video view. And in my VIP group, I have success stories on my free Facebook group. In my free Facebook group, there's success stories. So reading success stories is powerful because it helps you align with that reality, right? Where you put your focus on success. You create success. Your boyfriend is moving to another state. Okay, well, what do you want? Do you want your boyfriend to stay? Do you want to be together? Focus on the reality where you're together. You can create the reality where your boyfriend stays also. Okay, so you're envisioning that. Go to the end. If it were the day that you felt like was the best day of your life, script that out and now affirm that and practice feeling that. Okay, so imagine it's 3 months from now and everything worked out, best case scenario for you. That's how you do that. Okay, so you imagine what you want, you paint that picture in your mind, and then you consistently affirm that. I feel like I can think any thoughts anymore about him, but I want to, I just can't. You can't, maybe you meant I can't think any thoughts. I feel like I can think any thoughts anymore about him. You can't think any thoughts about him, but you want to. You just can't. Yeah. You don't have, okay, focus on you, Adriana. Focus on you. Focus on you. Picture yourself like you're the goddess. What does it feel like to be a goddess? Okay, or, God of your reality. What does it feel like? Who's a god? What would it feel like if you were fed grapes? What would it feel like if like gifts were given to you? Like, just get into that feeling and character. I mean, maybe you don't want that experience. That sounds kind of fun to me, right? Whatever experience you want, get into that character and just be her or be him, right? Be that version of you. Yeah, Gigi, I find I manifest better when I don't care. I was trying to find a face cream sold out everywhere. I know, I love these kind of stories. Went in one store thinking it probably wouldn't be there, and it was. Right. Good. Isn't that fun? Okay, so even though you thought it probably wouldn't be there, it was more like you probably released any resistance of worrying and trying to make it happen, and there it was. Oh, okay, yeah, you thought you have to have good thoughts about him too. Well, you tried, yeah, I mean, you do want to see the best, you want to see the version of him who shows up for you. So when you do think about him, have the best thoughts about him. You definitely want to do that. You want to see that version of him show up who matches who you are. But really, if you just focus on yourself, he's going to reflect that. Okay, if our standards are down here, our people, people in a relationship show up down here. If you didn't create standards, if you didn't really think about it, you didn't have standards, you didn't expect how you should be treated, and it's just down here. Maybe you're a people pleaser, then this is, people match where you're at. Okay, they're already doing that. So when you raise your standards, people will match and meet them. You raise your standards, they match and meet them. All you have to do is raise your standards. He will match and meet your standards. Also, you raise your perception of yourself. If we have a perception of ourself that's down here, then they're matching that. So if our perception of ourself is like, maybe we're criticizing ourselves or complaining about ourselves, or we're focused on judging ourselves, right? Then that person is matching where we are with ourselves, right? If you bring it up here, your perception of yourself, and you're seeing yourself in the highest regard, they're going to match that up there too. Okay, do you have to believe or just keep telling yourself? Just keep telling yourself, because you don't have to believe. I manifest things I don't believe. Sometimes I'm shocked and I'm like, oh, I didn't, right? Like, who just told that story, Gigi, about going in the store, and she kind of felt like she didn't necessarily believe it. I mean, she wanted it, right? It's, when we affirm consistently, we do change our beliefs, but it's not a necessity. It's not a requirement for your manifestation. It's more important to be loyal. It's loyal in your mind to that vision of you having it. The loyalty to the vision of you having it. What do you think about everyone in Is Yourself Pushed Out? Well, yeah, I experience that everyone is myself pushed out. I can see in my reality, before I even knew the term for it, I was wondering what the hell is happening. Because when I was awakening, I had lost everything, and it felt very drastic and dramatic for me. And I had a lot of thoughts that shifted very quickly from certain thoughts to new thoughts. And as my thoughts changed, I saw people in my world reflect my new thoughts. So I was wondering what the hell is going on, because everything I'm thinking is happening. And you don't notice it in the moment. I didn't notice it until like 2 or 3 months later. And I was like, okay, I would notice, like, that's interesting. Like, I was thinking that, and that happened. And then, another month, and that months go on, and I keep noticing what I'm thinking was happening. Okay. So then I discovered the term, everyone is yourself pushed out, Neville Goddard, right? I think he's the one that coined that phrase. And I said, aha, that's what's going on. It's not a new concept in the mid 19th century or 20th century. Yeah, 20th century, right? He's like from, he died in 1972. I'm not sure what year he was born, but maybe, in the early 1900s. So it's not like that's anything new. For many religions are already teaching the oneness, right? Okay, Buddha was teaching this, the oneness of it's for thousands of years. This has already existed, the idea and the knowing of one. Okay, so but for me, it was more, I discovered Neville Goddard, and I thought, yes, that's what's going on. I could see that. Then as I could see that was happening, I kept testing it in different areas of my life. So everyone is yourself pushed out is like, you're the only thinker in your reality, and everyone is a reflection of you. Everyone in your reality is reflecting who you are. You're the only one with consciousness in your reality. It's like you're in your own quantum bubble of reality, or whatever layer of reality. Everyone is reflecting you. You just have to test it to keep proving it to yourself. And what do I think about it? I mean, in the beginning, I think it could feel a little scary. It could feel like, what's going on? I almost compared it to like someone finding out they're adopted when they're, like you're a teenager or you're in your 20s and you're just finding out you're adopted and you think my whole life has been a lie in a way. In a way, it feels like that. It's a similar feeling, like because you're realizing the truth of reality is not true whatsoever. Okay, so that can feel a little scary in the beginning because you're waking up to realize reality is not what you thought it was. It's not what it seems to be, and that it's malleable and flexible and lucid. And then now you see a bigger picture. You see the broader perspective. Okay, and now I see that it's amazing and incredible, and own it, and you're already doing it. You're already creating everything in your reality. Okay, so take conscious control and create what you want instead of creating what you don't want. Okay, what does it mean if people are not showing up for you, distant and cold? I give a general idea because if they're being cold, it's, I feel like sometimes it's more of a conversation. They're showing up distant and cold because of something within you. Okay, so that's something that you figure out. I mean, if you work with me, I'll help you figure that out, or join my Facebook group and I'll get a little more description. That's a free group. Or level up and join my VIP group, and then we could get really dig deep and resolve this issue. Okay, so someone's being distant and cold because they're a reflection of you. Are you closed off? Are you afraid? Are you afraid to get hurt? Because if you're afraid to get hurt, you're going to have that mirror of someone showing you that feeling that you have within inside. Okay, like they're not coming close to you, they're standoffish or they're cold because you're afraid. Okay, so it's not that it's an exact mirror, but it's a mirror of the sum total of all your beliefs, your feelings, your assumptions within. Okay, so what does it mean? Sometimes it might not even be necessary to figure out what does it mean. All you have to do is figure out what you want. And that's not hard to figure out what you want. Now figure out what you want and focus on that. Because now the more we figure out why are they distant and cold, we just keep that reality where that person is distant and cold. What do you want? You want them to be like all up in your business, all like wanting to know what you're up to, wanting to be by your side, wanting to take you out. Then you focus on that reality. Okay. The old model of reality is the one you don't want anymore. Okay, the reality you don't want anymore is the reality where you're looking at the 3D reality to create. That's the old model of reality. The new model, when you're awake to know you're the creator, is you go in your imagination to infinite possibilities. You're not creating from what you see. You're creating from what you want, the vision, right? The goal. Create from the goal, not from what you see. So you have to, that's why when you hear the term ignore circumstances, right? Ignore the 3D reality. Okay, you know it's there, you just don't choose it. And you don't put your attention on it. You don't give importance to it. You give value to your goal, to the vision of what you want, and that's where you put your focus. Okay, So, I mean, in the meantime, you can work on, it might be something you need to work on, right? So you can dig a little bit deeper there, like why, but at the same time, keep focusing on what you do want. Okay, because you will create that. You'll create that reality as you focus on that. When people are married, they miss each other because the job, time, or busy days, but why can't we miss SP? I didn't say you can't. I just said be careful of how you're missing them. Okay? Okay, so there is a difference between missing someone and feeling like they're not part of your life and missing someone who is a part of your life. Yeah, you can miss them, but I want you to tweak that inner feeling of how you miss that person. Okay? I mean, I've given examples of this many times. Okay, the example is like, you could be married to someone in the military and you can miss them and you know they're gone for months at a time and you miss them. You miss them. But there's a deeper knowing and conviction that they're already yours and you miss them. Okay, so create that. You can create that. Create the conviction and desire, the knowing that you're already together, that knowing. And then that's okay, you miss each other. You understand that there's like infinite ways to create reality. Like whatever I'm describing and saying, it's not the only way. It's not the only way. I'm only giving some general ideas to help you. And when I'm not speaking to someone one-on-one, right? If I'm speaking to a client one-on-one, we could gauge what feels the best for you. But I'm just giving some general ideas without talking to someone. I don't know where they're at in the sense of missing. And I'm just trying to help you steer away from missing and being separate and that yearning and that needing and that desiring. Okay, so even though it's the desire, we're not desiring something that's far away. It's about having the desire, having. Okay, so that's the only reason I suggested that. There are infinite ways you could look at this. Right? It's a paradox. Manifestation is all a paradox because there is no one way to do it. It's like everything works as long as you're believing it works or as long as you're loyal to that of what you want to work. I mean, yeah, you can have any emotion and manifest somebody. I feel like I need him to reflect right now. It's me putting more effort, kind of. Imagine that he's putting in a lot of effort. He's putting effort into you. What does that look like? How does that make you feel? If you're feeling like you're putting in all the effort in, then he's reflecting that. Okay, so to break that cycle, because if you're feeling, why doesn't he put in more effort? Then he just, you're putting all the effort, you're focused, you're thinking about that, you're actually creating that. If you want him to put in the focus, you have to feel differently and affirm for that. What does it feel like if he was putting in all the effort? What does it feel like if you could just sit back and feel like, wow, this feels good. It feels relaxed. It feels loving. It feels kind. I feel like I feel really loved. I feel really, really cherished. It feels like someone cherishes you and they're putting that time and that effort into you, right? You feel treasured. All right. So, but you have to practice that, even though your world isn't showing. I know that's what the paradox is that you have to feel something that you're not currently experiencing and seeing, but you're feeling that or thinking it. You need to do that before it's going to manifest. That's how you deliberately manifest things. How would I prioritize myself? Prioritize yourself by putting yourself first. Many ways to do that is like, let's say you're someone who gets walked on, or you feel like you're taken advantage of, or you can't say no, right? Someone who can't say no is not prioritizing themselves because they feel too bad or too guilty, and they say, sure, I'll do it, I'll help you, but you really don't want to, and in your head you're thinking, I don't want to do this, but I guess I have to. Okay, we can want to do something for someone and help them. That's not being walked on. That's being kind and generous. That's different. But when you feel like just they walked on you, or they said, you just can't say no. You're not prioritizing yourself. You're giving more value to someone else. If you can't do something, say no. That's how you prioritize yourself. You say, no, I can't do that. It doesn't work in my schedule. If that's the truth and that's what you want. Someone who prioritizes themselves is authentic to what you feel. If you don't just say, yeah, I'll do that, but then in your mind go, oh, and you're regretting it, right? You're authentic and you say, I can't do that. I'm sorry, I can't do that this time. I would love to help you, but just not this time. How else prioritize yourself? You see the best in yourself. That's prioritizing yourself. Okay. Prioritize yourself by taking care of yourself. Self-care can be powerful as prioritizing yourself. Saying nice, kind things to yourself prioritizes yourself. Okay, doing the things that you want to do. Like, let's say your friends all say, oh, let's go here, here, here. And you don't want to go, but you just go because you didn't want to deal with it. Well, learn to prioritize yourself and say, I'm not going because I don't want to do that. Okay, I mean, there's many other ways to prioritize yourself. If you want to join my VIP group, I help you in there level up and be the version of you that aligns with your desire and aligns with that identity and self-concept. I mean, it's a transformation of self. You're really radically changing the version of you. I think even Neville says it's a radical change within. It could feel subtle over time, but you're ultimately radically changing yourself. I am radically different than I was 5 years ago. Radically different. It's a radical change in me. Do I have to say, since I prioritize myself, my SP puts me first too? You could say that. Since I prioritize myself, my SP puts me first. Okay, so prioritizing ourselves is also how we see ourselves, right? So you're seeing yourself like as the prize, as important. You could see yourself as unique. You're a masterpiece. You're the unique one and only you, right? You're prioritizing yourself. Put yourself on the pedestal. That prioritizes yourself. Everything has been going smooth, but how do I get him to show me more? Okay, so what might be happening is, okay, it's starting to go smooth and you're focused on that's good, it's going smooth, but then you think but, right? The word but, how do I get him to show more? And in a way, you're really focused on what you don't want. Now you're focused on, it's not enough. I want more. How do I get him to show me more? Well, I understand that's what you want, but I want you to also go within and understand where your focus is, okay? Because you have to focus on what you want. If you want him to show you more, you're thinking to yourself and you're feeling, wow, this is working. It's going smooth. I love this. I love this and I intend, it looks like, and now what is more to you? You want him to show you more? Okay, then start affirming that. What is showing you more? What do you want him, how do you want that to look? Does it look like he makes plans with you every single weekend? And does it look like he's saying, let's move in together? What does showing you more look like? So affirm that, okay? So, because when you say, but how do I get him to show me more? That could also put your focus in like what you don't want. Like, it's kind of smooth, but this isn't, it's like it's not that you're blocking it, but you're creating it's a contrast to what you really want. Okay. So if anything, just remember, focus on what you do want instead of what you don't want. My SP requested we be friends. It's not something I'm interested in, not with him. Now he's nowhere around. All right, well, focus on what you do want. What are you interested in? Okay, because remember, life is like a story also, so the story we're telling. And the story you're telling is coming from how you're perceiving yourself. Like, first and foremost, that story you tell is coming from your state of being of who you are, your identity. Okay, so you change your identity, you change your life, you change your experience. What do you want? Start telling the story of what you want and be that person, and assume and expect to be that person your SP shows up for you. I want to just make sure to remind you that you're powerful If it's evening for any of you and you're going to bed soon, go to bed and set the intention. Like, think about how you're creating the blueprint for tomorrow, okay? Because you're already doing that. So rehearse what tomorrow is going to be like. What do you want to rehearse for tomorrow? Are you going to fall asleep rehearsing about what they did wrong, or what's going wrong in your life, or the money's not coming in, or the job? Okay, is that what you want to rehearse, or do you want to rehearse what you do want? Okay, that's what you want to rehearse. Okay, so think about it that way. In a way, it's like you're rehearsing, or whether you want to say a blueprint. Rehearse what you want to happen tomorrow. Say your intention and your affirmations as you fall asleep of what you want tomorrow to look like, okay? Tomorrow I wake up, it's gonna feel good. I intend to wake up feeling in love with life. I intend to wake up feeling happy and good and ready for the day. Like, what are you gonna do tomorrow? Start planning your day. Go ahead and put down your goals for the day. Put down, I'm going on the best date. Okay, even if it doesn't happen tomorrow, as you consistently say that, you will create that reality. Okay, so create the blueprint for your life. I love you all. Have an amazing night. If you want to work with me one-on-one, I love meeting you. I have a free Facebook group, and I have a VIP group that's powerful if you want to level up. Have an amazing night. I'll see you next time.